Recording in progress.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael, Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This was the day of June 26, 2026. This was June 26, 2026. And tonight, which is the night after Sunday, this is Fight Fire with Truth. This is Fight Fire with Truth. And we're here tonight. This is your host, Mikael. Excuse me. Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. And tonight we got my sister Brenda. She's in tonight. Um, we here tonight to see what we're going to talk about. You know, tonight is Fight Fire with Truth. We talk about things across the board. This is open conversation. This is open conversation tonight, and we're going to start with a prayer. As we start with the prayer, then we go into whatever it is that the Creator have us speak on, or was on anyone's mind, or what have you. All right. So we're going to start off with the prayer. Blessed be thou, Father of the universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father of 12 tribes of Israel. Thank you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, health, and strength, food, shelter, and clothing. Let us be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and prosperous in all that we do. We ask you to keep leading and guiding us so we can help lead and guide others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We ask you to keep your arm protection around us, help us in every way, and lead us from the dangers and the troubles that's among us that we do not know about. We ask you to open our eyes to your word and your law that we may be prosperous in everything we do. We ask you to forgive us, our ancestors, and our forefathers for the things we have done in the past, today's time to come, that we have done mispleasing in your sight, in the eyes of you, and the Ruach, which is the spirit that you've given. We ask you to help us in every way, and help us in every way, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, or spiritual. In all these things we pray, and let us understand your word in Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14, which is the blessings, and also Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68, which is the curses. Let us understand these things that we may come out of them. In your holy word we pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise your mighty. Thank you, Father. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Woo! Boy, y'all wouldn't believe. I was just out and about. I was at a new area. It's not new. It's a new area for me because so I have been getting suggestions about go to the river walk. Go out to the river walk. Go out and check this out. Go down to old. It used to call it Shane Park, but now it's called Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. Excuse me. Aretha Franklin Theater Park, I guess you could say. But I was out there today and they was having a concert going on. So a lot of people was coming in. They was going to the concert. They really wanted me to wait until they came out because, you know, a lot of them going to be in there drinking and stuff like that. And they wanted to tease and stuff like that when they were going to be leaving. But I happened to leave right on time. I happened to leave. And as I was leaving, I said, man, I got a class tonight. And it was like about 10 minutes to 9. So I'm rushing to get home so I can set up to get on where I'm at right now. But my sister Brenda, she's still here, and I'm glad that she's still hung on over there in Zoom waiting on me. But other than that, we here now. I wanted to know is anything you like to speak on, Brenda, Sister Brenda? I will say that I'm planning on doing a part 2 to the 400-year contract complete. Number 2, I'm gonna call that tomorrow. That's gonna be tomorrow's speak on because I'm gonna go into showing more information according to not only the 400 years. The 400 years is up. I'm gonna show where we at and how the spirit is back today. How the spirit is back today. A lot of people looking for a man to come back, but the spirit is what's coming back, and I'm gonna show that tomorrow. A lot of people looking for a Messiah, which is a man, but the Messiah, a Messiah, or Messiah in general, is the anointing spirit. But other than that, Sister Britt, what's going on with you tonight? How you doing?
Doing great.
All
Doing
right. Is
great.
there anything?
Accessing my phone service, answering my phone. You reached the executive office of Brenda J. Simpson at State. How may I direct your call?
Say that again. Wait a minute. Hold on. Come back with that again.
You've reached the executive office of Brenda J. Simpson at State. How may I direct your call?
Yeah, hey, to Miss Brenda, the live person.
So I've been because her son came up to stay with her to help her. And so I'm home now.
Oh, okay.
And I did talk to Gus earlier, and he said he was going to be on a call, order some products. So I was thinking about that and my work that I'm doing, and
What kind of work you doing?
my products that I make. Yeah, my products that I make to help others to be a blessing and a healing to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was thinking I was talking to a friend on the phone, and he was talking about how people they can't afford to eat fruits and vegetables because they're so high, and people are sick, and one of the reasons people are sick is because of their diet.
That's right.
We haven't been really taught, and we rape and scrape to buy insurance so we can have insurance for medication, for hospital, for emergencies, and things like that. But I was saying, my health is my wealth,
That's right.
and I'm going to invest the money in my health. I'm going to get fruits, and I'm going to get vegetables, and I'm going to eat those whole grains. I'm going to do all those things. Get out there and walk. That's very important. Getting out there in the fresh air, doing your exercise, getting that, doing your deep breathing in the fresh air, sunshine, vitamin D, and also help regulate the sugar and blood pressure. So we have to make time for ourselves because too many people have too many diseases and taking all this medication, which do not heal. And the doctors will tell you they don't heal. All they do is move the illness from one place to another, and then you have to take another drug for that medication, for that side effect, and the list goes on and on. But most of the time, it's just that we need to make up our minds that we have to take control of our own health. The doctor is not responsible. He's supposed to teach us, but all he does is medicate us.
That's right.
So he's supposed to teach us how to take care of our bodies, and we're supposed to do that on our own as well. And in the Bible, the Most High has given us instructions. He's given us instructions as to how to take care of this temple. He entrusted it in our care. We are the stewards over this body, and we owe it to Him and to ourselves and to our fellow brothers and sisters to take care of it so that we can present our bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is our reasonable service. And he told us what to put in this body, and also he told us what to put on it as far as what type of clothes. He's very specific and very detailed in when he give us our instructions. It's just that we don't listen and we don't read. We don't
100%.
read like we should read. Because if we spent time reading his word, we would be amazed at what he has given us as far as instructions is concerned. So I just wanted to share that with you. And my one of the things that I have learned, people are constipated and they do not want to tell people. They'll tell the doctor, but that's one of the main causes of people getting diseases and cancer colon cancer is because of constipation and polyps and hemorrhoids and things like that. And we shouldn't be, if you have that problem, you shouldn't be ashamed to let somebody know. I know my nephew was in his 40s and he was telling me about he had cancer, colon cancer. And I was questioning him. I said, well, what made you go to the doctor? What was happening in your body that made you even go to the doctor? And then he started telling me that he was straining and he would see blood and he was constipated. I was like, man. I said, why you didn't tell somebody? Why you didn't let me know? And it's just one of those things. And my nephew. He was a heavy meat eater. Even as a child, he would eat 2 and 3 different types of meats. His mother would let him eat like that, and he didn't drink water. He drank juice. And so, and when you eat meat, it takes a long time for it to break down and digest. And by the time it does that, it's rotten, already putrefied in the body. So anyway, he was I told him some of the things he can do, and there was a institution a friend of mine had that was taking care of people using natural remedies and herbs and massage and things like that, and teas and herbs. And so we took him there. He went there, and he was a 2-week program, and he was there for the 2 weeks, and his cancer count went down 100 points just in that little bit of time. And his wife lost 10 pounds. She was not really in with him to help him, and he was kind of weak. When he got home, he couldn't do the juicing himself, and she wasn't believing in that, so she wasn't really helping him. But anyway, he ended up dying. Yeah, he ended up dying. This was a number of years ago.
Just the same cousin that you said would eat a lot of meat, a lot of flesh, I'll say.
My nephew, yeah, the same one, and he ended up getting colon cancer.
Now, my backside has been hurting for a little time. Like right back here where my kidneys at. I was wondering what's going on with it. So within the last 2 days, I made sure I said I didn't eat no sweets. Because we gotta put sugar in our, like not sugar, but raw sugar in our some of the stuff that we eat. And like teas and my teas and stuff that I have when we make at the house, I put raw sugar in because I don't drink my product. I drink my product, but I don't drink it because I ain't trying to drink my product, but I do make it. Not saying that that's what caused it, because I just been feeling it. And I ain't know if it was because I stick my cell phone in my back pocket near it, or if it was the way I was sleeping, or what. If it was my kidney, or if it was just cause I felt like it was my skin, really. So, in the last 2 days, I've been drinking the hibiscus tea. Yesterday morning, I took 2 cloves of garlic straight. I took 2 cloves, burnt my mouth up. But I took 2 cloves of garlic straight, and then drunk some water down. And I mainly did water all day yesterday. I really didn't eat too much of it. Too much. I don't think I ate anything. Truthfully, I don't think I ate anything. But I did water all day yesterday. Um, uh, um, I made some hibiscus tea. No sweetening in it. Oh, my wife brought me up a smoothie. She ain't putting nothing in it, no sugar, nothing in it. Straight, she brought me up a smoothie. I drank that while I was online. And afterwards I made the a hibiscus tea at first, and then I added cloves and I added garlic with it. I drank on that yesterday. I'm drinking that today, and I really feel a difference. Now I don't know if it was my kidney or not, but just in general, I just know haven't been feeling anything. So a lot of things is because they have. When I say they, I'm talking about the system. The system has messed up a lot of things for the people because they want people to depend on them, but they're poisoning the people in general. I seen I think I shared it, but it was Instagram when they showed that the before the strawberries get to you, it's a certain pack of strawberries. They put formaldehyde, and I think it was formaldehyde, but it was a lot of stuff that was chemicals that's not good for the body. That they bleach and soak the fruit and stuff in before it went in the packaged fruit. It's best we start growing our own food and we start going to farmers markets where they have fresh food at, freshly grown. That's what we need to start doing. Because this packaged stuff at the stores is not it.
Not. You know, the Most High told us we need to grow our own food,
That's right.
eat our own food, and drink from our own well. And it's come to that time that we should be doing that. You know, have our own garden. And I know when I was growing my garden, I mean, I just love going out there eating the food right out of the garden. Take my little silver pan and go out there and fill it up with food and eat right out in the yard sometimes. But we have to be educated. Um, we have been so miseducated. You know, we go to school and they teach us if you have health issues, you go to your doctor and do what the doctor says.
That we're programmed to.
Problems with your um, your finances, you go to the banker. You have problems with the law, you go get you an attorney. You know, and all these things that the Most High has told us that we need to learn to do for ourselves. I mean, I'm not saying there's no ever time for those things, but basically we need to learn how to take care of our own business.
That's what being an executive put you in the place of.
Yeah, but you got to be taught to do those things.
Right.
The other people doing everything for you. But that's one of the things that I have been thinking about. And then with this great reset or reevaluation coming, been studying a little bit about that, and I listened to the videos on the what you call it, the indexing people.
Indexing.
Sovereign people, citizen something, but you know what I'm talking about.
Solving people's rights.
Right.
But where we at on the point that you're talking about, a lot of people don't understand the first verse of Isaiah 53. A lot of people don't understand the first verse. And it brings you back to what we're talking about right now. Ezekiel chapter, I think that's chapter 5, 4 or 5. I think it's chapter 4. When in Ezekiel, hold on, I'm almost there. I almost got it. Here we go. In Ezekiel chapter 53, a lot of people misunderstand the first verse of Isaiah 53 as it goes into 53. The first verse is a question for everything in 53 and all the things the prophets did. And I'm going to this because you started talking about the food. And there's a certain time. Isaiah 53, the first verse, is talking about the suffering servant. Israel being the servant, which is we're suffering today by the stuff we're going through. Let me get my glasses real quick. Let me break this down. Now I'm going to show you. And there's a reason why we're going through what we're going through. The Father used the prophets as examples about the things that was going to come to pass. But right here in Isaiah 53:1, it said, who has believed our report? Now it says our. Who was our? The prophets that the Creator sent to do a work, and he closed your eyes to the information. Who has believed our report, and to whom is the arm, which is his prophecies, of Yah revealed? Who is the arm of Yah? It says whom, and whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? Who is the arm of Yah revealed to? It's revealed to those his servants who see and understand what this means and everything that has happened. Because from here, this is a question. Everything else after that is a statement, and it's telling you what's going on. For he shall grow up. He is Israel, and it's talking about different people and the things that we go through. So when you read through that, this is happening to us as a nation at different times, different formats, different situations. It's just giving a breakdown as was going through, talking about Israel in general. Now, since you were speaking on the food epidemic, which is what we're going through today, this would be Ezekiel saying this here. Who has believed our report, and to whom is Yah, the arm of Yah revealed? For that would pertain to Ezekiel right here in chapter 4, verse 9. When it says, 9 through 15. Take thou also unto thee wheat and barley, and beans and lentils, and millet and fitches, and put them in one vessel, put them in a vessel, and make thee bread thereof. Make bread of those things. According to the number of the days that thou shalt be upon thy side, 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. 390 days is equivalent to almost 400, isn't it? We just come out about 400-year curse, or shall I say, contract. Curse, contract, prophecy, either one you want to use. 390 days. Each day for a year. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. Now, to understand that part right there, you have to go back up to verse 5. It says, for I have laid upon thee the years of their iniquity, according to the number of the days, 390 days, so shalt thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. You see that? That's what we went through. We went through that. 390 days is for 390 years. Who has believed our report? This report is talking about what just happened to us. But a lot of people just read that. They don't understand what that's about. That's why the question is, who has believed our report? All these reports that the prophets has done, you ask an average Christian, Hebrew Israelite, I say Hebrew Christian, that is, they don't know none of this. They just know for what they read. They don't know nothing about what's going on today. They don't know about none of the scriptures that's showing you today according to what was said back then. But his servants is the ones that say, who has believed our report? I'm a servant. We can see what's going on. When it says, the number of the days, 390 days, so shalt thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. And then it says, and when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on thy right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Judah. The house of Judah. 40 days. I have appointed thee each day for a year. 40 days. I would look put another zero on there. You got 400. Well, hey. Therefore, thou shalt set thy face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and thine arm shall be uncovered, and thou shalt prophesy against it. Come out against Israel, which is Jerusalem. Now you go down here. Now it's going to tell you what's going to happen in this time. Why they going through their siege? Why they're in bondage? Why these things are happening? Verse 9 says, take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and mullet and fitches, and put them in a vessel, and make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt be upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. You're going to eat this for 390 days. And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it. From time to time shalt thou eat it. 20 shekels a day. Thou shalt drink also water by measure. See, water by measure, that the sixth part of a hin, from time to time shalt thou drink. And here go your key right here. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with the dung that come out of men in their sight. I think someone said they seen some fecal matter in some of the fast food. I remember hearing someone mention that within the last couple of days. Fecal matter in the food that you eat in this fat out here in these streets, in the fast food. And it, huh?
Really?
You. It says, dung to come out of a man. And Yah said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread. See, check this out. Their defiled bread among the Gentiles, where I will drive them. This is going on today. This is going on right now. When I say you, we don't know what's in the food that's going on in these stores and what they do and how they do it. We see all on the internet how they're taking stuff and redoing it, repackaging it, old food. They're painting it. A lot of stuff in McDonald's and stuff ain't nothing but paste, ain't nothing. A lot of it, in McDonald's, they actually got, they've been sharing. And I remember one guy that was recorded over 20 years. They've been feeding human flesh in the McDonald's burgers. This guy said this almost 20 years ago. I remember hearing this guy. He was talking about, yeah, the goyim, and this is a Jew. Yeah, and they're eating their own. We're putting the people in the burgers and in McDonald's, and he been saying it. I done heard that recording at least 10 times within 20 years.
He said, I'm telling you the truth. He said, but the people are not going to believe me. They're not going to believe me because I'm telling them the truth.
Yeah. Oh, you remember? You heard it too then, didn't you?
Yeah, and the people, my sister was telling somebody about it, a friend. She said, I don't believe that. And then people don't believe you when they, because it sounds strange and weird, but that's what people do.
People, they so gullible, they don't think they'll do stuff like that.
Exactly. But people are wicked and evil. And they don't have the Most High in their hearts. But this too was also a prophecy concerning God's people going into captivity.
That's what this is talking about.
Right, and they would be surrounded by their enemies, and they wouldn't be able to go in and come out and get food, and the food only lasted for so long. So they started eating their own children.
Yeah, I read that last week in 2 Kings chapter 7 and chapter 8. But this saying right here in chapter 13 directly. And Yah said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. Not within themselves. This said you're going to eat them you're going to eat them while you're among the Gentiles. Whether I will drive them. So the Father is showing you that he's going to do it. And they was going to do it as prophesied right there. Specifically among, not against or while you're in the siege, but among the Gentiles. These are the key words people don't look for. You're going to eat it among the Gentiles. And like I said, those key words, 390 days. And if each day is a year, it's like 390 years, which is almost 400 years. Then the other one for Judah for 40 years, sound like almost like 400 to me, but it said for 40 days, which is 40 years. Then Ezekiel said, "Oh Lord," I remember hearing that, and I can hear him saying, "Oh Lord, behold, my soul have not been polluted from my youth, from my youth up." That means that he watched what he was eating, and they knew what they was eating at that time.
He was, yeah. He did not eat unclean things, and what the Lord told him to do was unclean. And he said, Lord, I mean, he did Peter the same way. He said, Lord, I don't eat that kind of stuff. I don't pollute my body with that. But the Lord was giving him a prophecy, telling him something. If we can keep reading, he'll explain it. It was a prophecy that he was telling him.
No, my sister, I know exactly what you're talking about with Peter, but that was given to you by the Gentiles. You talking about Acts 10 when Peter went up on the roof, and then and the sheet came down, and then it said a voice told him, "Arise, Peter, eat." He said, "I don't eat common and unclean things." He told him again, "Arise, Peter, and eat." The Father ain't gonna tell nobody to eat he ain't gonna tell you to eat unclean things, because those things are dung.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Just like he told Peter that, but Peter said, I haven't polluted, or I don't eat unclean things. The Most High was telling him that don't be calling people unclean, because that's what they did. They were calling the Gentiles unclean. And they were calling them dogs and things like that, and treating them with disrespect. And he was telling them, don't treat people like that.
Right. But we got to understand what happened was, you talking about, I know the story well. You're talking about Cornelius. Cornelius was an Italian. He was of the Italian band. But the key is this. In the law, and see, this is the difference in how you know who's dealing with the writings of the book. Peter and them, if they knew the law, they know that the Gentiles was already accepted if they was to keep the law. That's in the scriptures. In the New Testament, you got to understand the writings of the New Testament came from the Council of Nicaea, and people who wrote that and put it there to make the people believe something other than what it is. This is where the trickery comes in. This is where the world has been deceived. Because in the law, even in Ezekiel chapter 14, before that, even in the law, the Father said there's one law for the Gentile, for Israel, and for the Gentiles. The Father Ben said that. So for them to come and turn everything back around and say the Gentile was drafted in by Cornelius, and said don't call things when he is cleaned up, don't call common. The Father already said that in the beginning. So this is what I mean by when people don't, well, I'm not saying you, that people don't understand the writings and the word of Yah. If you don't understand the Creator's word in the beginning, when they switch something up in the New Testament, if you don't study the old, you won't know where the manipulation comes in at. The Father always gave away to the Gentiles if they kept the law. If they didn't, they weren't supposed to be amongst us. Gentiles even had to get circumcised to be among us as well. They had to get circumcised. All these things, the Creator said, is one law for Israel and the Gentile. One law. Now here in Acts chapter 9 and chapter 10, Cornelius was doing alms, as they said. They gave alms always to the they say Jew. This is how you know that everything is mixed up. Because there is no Jews, always Israel. But they start switching the name up, so this is where the subliminal message started coming at, so you don't understand what's what. And if you don't study, you don't know. If you don't know when they start changing the word from Israel to Jew, then we don't know what happened from one point to another. And this is where studying comes in at. So when the time they talking about something over here in Acts chapter 10, that the Gentiles been drafted in at that time, they was always drafted in when you read the law. No one can go over the Creator, and the Creator said that there's only one law for the Gentiles and for Israel and for the Gentiles. So when you start to read that, now you got to start understanding, well, why is this happening here? When the information comes, it appears if you want to accept it. That exception comes in to understand that the Creator said that if you don't keep my law, I'm going to send you a land that ye know not. There you're going to serve other gods, wood and stone, gods your fathers haven't known. The Greek and the Roman Empire, which I keep pushing and keep telling everybody, these are the two generation world powers that hate the Father. In the second commandment, it says that, visiting the iniquity upon the fathers, upon the children. Iniquity, the ignorance upon the fathers, upon the children, in the upon the third, which is the Greek, and the fourth, which is the Roman generation of them that hate me. They changed everything. If you don't know they changed everything, go to the law, study the prophets. Then when you get the New Testament, you're going to start to see, because the Spirit going to be in you once you get back into that law. That Spirit of the law going to be in you to see the difference between what was changed compared to what the Creator's word said. I had a brother a few weeks ago. I ain't been back to their congregation because I only went there for fellowship after I got off my thing on the Sabbath. He trying to say about Christ. I'm telling him Christ is the Spirit. He said, no, Jesus Christ. Jesus come back. I said, no, he ain't. I said, the Spirit come back. He told me to prove it. I told him to go to Ezekiel chapter 36. Start at 22 to 28. When he started reading, he started seeing where the Father said that I'm going to sprinkle, so I'm going to take you from among the heathen. I'm going to sprinkle clean water on you, and you shall be clean. And I'm going to put a new spirit within you. And when he was talking, I said, who he talking about? He talking about Israel. Who's talking? The Creator talking. As he got to reading down into, I don't want to read no more. Hey, you read. I said, no, bro, keep reading. You saying it's me. I'm not saying it. You're reading what it say. That's the Creator's word, bro. The Creator talking. Well, you read. I don't want to read. I said, what's wrong? You scared to read the Creator's word now? You said Jesus come back and Jesus going to do all this. You reading the Creator's word right here and what the Creator said. But see, mine is stuck in the New Testament, what everybody has, the Roman Empire has deceived the world with. The whole world is deceived and they don't even know it. They think they right. Oh, Jesus this, Jesus that. Don't even realize they're breaking the law here, and that's an abomination. But you try to give it to them, they stuck where they at. Hey, what does it say in 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, starting at the 7th verse? They had pleasure in unrighteousness. He said the iniquity, it said what it says, iniquity shall abound, or iniquity has already started. Matter of fact, let me get it real quick. 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter. I'm starting at 7. I've been starting there lately. I'd like to do the whole thing. But I start there lately because they get right into the meat of the information. And they have pleasure in unrighteousness. They have pleasure. Even a person bring it to them, no, they want to believe what they've been believing because that's what they've been taught all their life. That's what they've been told. And it's hard letting that deity go. What deity? That Jesus. There you go, right there. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. There you go, right there. 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, 7th verse. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. What iniquity? The second commandment. I'm a judge. The Father is a jealous Father, visiting the iniquity upon the fathers, upon the children, unto the third, which is the Greek, and fourth, which is the Roman generation of them that hate me. Them that hate me. Who hate the Creator? The Romans. Which I say the Esau, which is the Romans and the Greeks. Of them that hate me. That's the mystery of iniquity. The ignorance. Why? Because they changed everything. They hate the Creator. They changed everything. That's the reason why you got Peter going and wanna see dung. The Creator never told. He told him to eat dung that come out of a man. He never told them to eat, and he never told no man to go and eat a pig, a horse, or all these different. The Father never told him to do that. Dung.
That, but he wasn't talking about animals when he said it though. That's all I'm saying.
We know he wasn't talking about it, but you got to understand.
He told Adam and he told Abraham to offer his son as sacrifice.
Did it happen?
No, but he still told him to do it.
Right.
Peter, it didn't happen. He still didn't do it.
No. The key is that he told him to rise to eat. He told him to go eat those. So you got to understand the difference. He told him to do it to see his to test his faith or his word to him. Peter, the Father, if you know that the Father ain't never told nobody to do nothing against what he told them to do. The Father never had a human sacrifice. He told that to test Abraham. That was testing Abraham. Peter, he told him to get up and rise and eat stuff that isn't even clean. Now, unclean.
For him too.
Huh?
It was a test for him to let him know that you calling people unclean and common.
But he wasn't calling people unclean and common.
They treated them. The people were doing that.
Who was doing that?
They were treating some of the Christian folks. They called them that. They called them unclean. That's why you're unclean, common people.
Why would they call them that?
Because they were not one of them.
Who was not one of them?
Some people are. Because you're not with us, we're better than you, and that's what they would think.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that they knew the Bible back then better than we know it today, or do you think we knew it better than they do?
Depends on who you. Some of them know it better than we do. I don't know what they knew.
But my sister, what I'm asking you is this: they knew the law. They knew the law. We lost the law. They knew the law.
He's bringing it back. There are some people that know the law.
No, sis, they knew the law. They knew. Peter and all them back. They knew the law. We the ones that don't know. We're learning.
No, he had to teach them.
He had to teach who?
Peter and them. They were fishermen.
So you telling me, Peter, by the time Peter got to know all the stuff that he's supposed to know, they didn't grow up into the law. They didn't know nothing about the law at all.
Huh? They didn't know it. If he didn't know the law, he wouldn't have said, I have never eaten.
You got to understand, he didn't say that. I'm trying to give you an understanding that was put there by the Council of Nicaea. Who gave you the New Testament put that there? You got to understand who gave you the New Testament.
Okay. Since you said that, I'll rest my case.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I haven't studied that out. I don't know anything.
And this is what I'm trying to share with you.
So that's all. But I don't know. And you're not giving me any references as far as saying you can find this such and such a place either.
I always share with you. Have you looked up the?
I'm saying you're not showing me where it says that is where you're proving you in history or whatever.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Now, let me show you in scripture. Hold on. So we're saying this real quick. Not only in the curse, I'm going to give it to you from in the law. Let's go in the law.
Were you saying that was added by the Council of Nicaea?
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
When I'm sharing with you, right?
I heard about the New Testament being put together by, it wasn't really I haven't studied it out, so I can't say.
And
But
listen,
I
I'm
heard
trying.
what you're saying, not detailed things, but the whole New Testament itself was put together by not the Council of
It
Nicaea,
was
but
put together by the Council of Nicaea.
they gave us Christianity. That's I know that.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Christianity itself. Who who is the author of Christianity?
That's what I just said. I just said they gave us Christianity.
But who is they?
They is who we were talking about.
Who is that?
Romans.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying now. I'm gonna walk you through something. I'm gonna ask you questions. If the Romans gave us the New Testament, right?
Huh?
And I didn't share with you. I didn't share with you and many people plenty of times that the in the second commandment, right after it says that he said that God, the father, the jealous father, visiting the iniquity, the ignorance upon the father.
The iniquity is sin.
Thank you.
Iniquity is sin.
Yes, it is sin. Sin, iniquity, and ignorance. It is sin. If you're doing something you don't know, if whether you know it or not, it's still sin, right?
Know it to do good. To him it is sin.
Say again.
So it's not. That's what the Bible says.
Say that again.
He that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, that is sin.
Yeah, that's one point.
It's not sin if I don't know it's wrong.
It is sin if you know it's wrong. If you don't know it's wrong.
Well, the Bible. Then you saying the Bible is not true because it says, "He that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin." So if you don't know it.
No, not so if you don't know it. That's just one point it gave you. It didn't tell you if. It didn't say that. You saying that.
Oh, that's the Bible.
No. Repeat what you just said again. Don't put no if in it. Say what the Bible said.
Knoweth to do good, to him it is sin.
And what else?
He that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. That's what I said.
Okay, and then what else did you say?
And I just turned it around the other way.
Exactly. You don't supposed to do that because the Bible didn't say that. You turned it around.
No. If it's this way, he that knoweth to do good and doeth not, to him it is sin. So if you don't know, to you it's not sin.
Sis, it's still sin if you don't know, because you know why it's sin? Let me tell you why.
Get us in our ignorance.
No, I say again.
It's sin to you if you don't know it.
That's why it's ignorance, my sister. Do you know what the word? Have you ever looked up the word ignorance? Ignorance is if you don't know.
Okay.
Have you looked it up?
Yeah.
Iniquity is ignorance. Look it up.
I didn't. Okay.
Look it up. Iniquity is ignorance, means that you don't know. And if you don't know, it's still sin. You know why? Because you're supposed to find out what is and what isn't. It's your job, even in today's time. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
I mean, I don't know what dictionary you looking in.
You can look in the etymology dictionary. Just look up the word ignorance and iniquity.
I'm looking up the word iniquity.
Uh-huh.
Immorality, injustice, wickedness.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wait a minute, hold on. Say that again. Wait, whoa. Say that again. You said all those different words. Say them again.
Gross immorality.
Uh-huh.
Injustice.
Uh-huh.
Wickedness.
Uh-huh.
A grossly immoral act.
What is wickedness? Hold on. What is wickedness?
It's wickedness.
Uh-huh.
Evildoer. Evil.
Exactly.
That's not ignorance.
Now, what is ignorance? Is that what you just read? Ignorance?
No, the word. That's what I'm saying to you. Where did you get your dictionary? Because it doesn't say anything about ignorance.
You said iniquity doesn't say anything about ignorance.
No, right. That's what I'm saying.
Where are you looking at?
I just put it in the Google search.
Okay.
Well, yeah, search Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Did you look it up in the etymology dictionary?
No, I'm sorry. The American Heritage Dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I asked you which dictionary.
Did you look it up in the etymology dictionary?
Etymology dictionary.
Etymology.
The word iniquity. The etymology of iniquity.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Ignorance means that you do not know. Iniquity.
You said ignorance, and I'm talking about
iniquity.
You said iniquity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying iniquity. We're looking up the word iniquity.
Okay.
You're saying iniquity means ignorance, and I'm saying that that's not what the dictionary is.
Well, iniquity is sin. I remember seeing. I forgot where I seen that.
Is. That's what I'm saying. It is sin.
Yeah.
Not ignorance.
Ignorance mean you don't. Ignorance mean you don't know.
Yeah, it is sin. Okay, but what you got me all mixed up here. We were talking about the word iniquity.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, continue.
What does the word iniquity mean?
I just read it to you.
Wickedness, right?
Wickedness, gross immorality.
Isn't wickedness sin?
Sin.
Isn't wickedness sin?
Uh-huh.
Iniquity is wickedness. What makes it sin? Wickedness is sin.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that iniquity, right?
Yeah, that's iniquity.
Right. Iniquity and ignorance is of the same. Where was I at? Wait a minute, I done got off where I was. What my point of view. And the point of view that I'm getting at is when it said that the iniquity upon visiting the iniquity, the ignorance, and you got me mixed up on the word I was using.
Yeah.
The iniquity upon the ignorance of the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. That hate me. Meaning that they're turning everybody against the Creator's word. Hold on. Hold on. They're turning the people against the Creator's word. That's why I say the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Here we go. Visiting the iniquity. Iniquity is sin, right? Didn't we just say that? Hello?
Oh, you're not hearing me? Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, iniquity is sin.
And that's what I'm saying. It said visiting the iniquity upon the fathers, upon the children.
You said visiting the ignorance.
What iniquity?
That's how it all started.
Well,
you said ignorance.
I said it. Okay, I said iniquity. God knows. But you know how I said iniquity? Hold on. Visiting the iniquity, and what I was saying exactly. You were saying that it wasn't sin.
I was saying iniquity is sin, not ignorance.
Well, how do we get to the word ignorance? Because we was on the word.
That's what you kept saying. You kept saying ignorance. When you listen at this tape again.
When I was reading,
saying ignorance.
When I was reading, I was saying visit. I said for the mystery of iniquity do it already work. So how do we get on ignorance? That's what I'm trying to understand. How we go on that? And I'm sitting up and
you kept saying ignorance. You said and it's the ignorance, and you put your hands up to your temples and
It is ignorance. Well, ignorance is you don't know. It's still sin. You don't know. But mainly the key is that I was talking in this whole thing, I was saying for the mystery of iniquity, which is sin, is because the same as the third and fourth generation, and mainly we was talking about Peter. Right? Correct? You got quiet. We were talking about Peter. And now I was talking about Peter went up on, I said the Father wouldn't have him tell him he gonna eat that because what he was doing, what I was saying is that the Council of Nicaea put the New Testament together. You remember? Yes, no?
Why are you not hearing me?
I don't know. I'm not hearing anything.
I said yes.
Okay. So the key is that the third and fourth generation is the Greek and the Roman Empire. They are the ones who gave you the New Testament, which is of what? The Roman Empire. The Greeks, before Rome even came into power. Then the Roman. That's the third and fourth generation, which is world powers that hate the creator and they changed everything. That's why they got people right now worshiping Jesus. The world is worshiping somebody, and the creator said in the first commandment, thou shalt have no other gods before me. The second one is, thou shalt not worship anything in heaven above, earth beneath, or waters on the earth. That's no thing. But people is worshiping something, somebody or something. And this is what they can't let go. And this is what I meant by when I went here in Second Thessalonians when it said, for the mystery of the iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out the way. Then shall that wickedness be revealed, whom Yah shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And it's going to be through people like myself and those who tell the truth. Huh?
You said that wicked one will be revealed? That's not in there? It doesn't say it like that?
For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
Wicked.
Be revealed.
And it's a
whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And that's whoever it is. Not wicked one like one man.
It's a specific thing or person that he's talking about there.
It's talking about the system, sister. It's the system.
The one who created the system.
Well, who is prolonging it? Who's keep doing it then?
Satan.
And who is part of Satan's army doing it?
Well, he's the originator.
It don't make a difference. Whoever doing this is minions.
But I know I understand that. You're right. All I'm saying is that verse right there is talking about that whoever started it is going to be destroyed.
Sister.
This is at that time. Whenever that time comes,
that's at exactly. That's that. Not only that time, it's at any time. You know why? Because those people like T.D. Jakes, those people like Creflo Dollar, those people like Eddie Long, and many other people out there.
They're being revealed.
Thank you. That's exactly what it's talking about. That's why it says the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Why? Because it was going on in that time. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is at that time,
there's iniquity going on.
Exactly. That's what it said. That's why I said third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So everybody that's carrying on this trait is still carrying on this Jesus, Emmanuel, Yahshua, Prophet Muhammad, whoever it is. They are a part of it. So when it talks about the false prophet, it's talking about all of them, not one. It sounds like it's talking about one, but it's talking about all of them. All of them false prophets.
Yeah, but it's talking about the originator in that one. For me, anyway.
Well, that's to you.
What about 2 Corinthians 3:17? Are you familiar with that one? I
was. I've been away from that for so long, but we'll look at it. 2 Corinthians 3:17.
Remind something you just said. You said about your friend.
Huh?
Your friend said something, and that verse came to my mind. 2 Corinthians 3:17.
3. Now the Lord is that spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Well, let me go up before just 3:17, see what he's talking about. Okay, let's start here at 13. And not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, as the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. I wonder what that means. Steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished, but their minds were blinded. For until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament. You see that? You see that? But their minds were blinded. For until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Christ. Okay, now see, this right here is trying to get you to look on Jesus. Christ is the anointing spirit. But even unto this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their heart. Nevertheless, when it shall turn to Yah, or to the Lord, the veil shall be taken away. Now the Lord is 17. Now the Lord is that spirit, and where the spirit of Yah is, there is liberty. I can agree to that. But we all with open face beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the spirit of Yah. And there you go. It's the spirit that changes us, and that's true. That part is true.
Who is, when it says the Lord, who is that?
Nevertheless, when it's
God, that's God, you saying?
yeah, he's the only one that can give us the spirit. It ain't talking about Jesus or Yahshua, whoever you want to call it.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. Said the Father and I are one. I do what the Father says. Who is that?
You and the Father is supposed to be one, because if you keep the law, you are one.
No, that's not what I'm asking you.
I know what you're saying. I'm giving you the understanding.
Ask the question.
When he said the Father and I are one.
Right. I have to remember, trying to put the pieces together. You said they made up this Jesus person. The Father does not have a son.
The Father's son is Israel. The son of the Father. Israel is a nation.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay. The nation of Israel is his son. Anybody who he raised up out of Israel is his prophet and prophetess. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Now, anybody who he raised up out of Israel is still his son, but these are his ambassadors. These are the ones who speak for him. These are the ones that people see him face to face. When you walk in the law, you are the creator, and the creator is you. The creator is within you. When no different when it says the word was made flesh. The word is made flesh in you, not in one man. When you start keeping his word, the word is made flesh in you. And you're supposed to keep the word, no different, because he's gonna make. Now I'm gonna give you to the point where I told you about go to Ezekiel chapter 36. This is where that brother was going to go, man, no, you read it. He didn't want to read them after he read this right here. Ezekiel 36. I want you to read this yourself. Tell me when you're ready.
36.
36. Start at 22.
At 22,
36, 22.
okay, therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, I do not this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake.
Who talking? Who talking?
Lord
Who's talking?
God, Yah,
Okay, come on. Come on, keep reading.
but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went, and I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them.
Now, who is he talking to?
He's talking to Ezekiel.
No.
He is.
He is. Go back up and read. Go back up and read. Go back up and read. But I have pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whether they went. Therefore say unto the house of Israel.
He's talking to Ezekiel.
He's telling Ezekiel what's going to happen to them.
Right. He's talking to Ezekiel. Is all you have to.
But Ezekiel is the prophet. Ezekiel is talking to the people from the Father. The Father ain't talking to the people.
Ezekiel wait a minute.
If the Father is using Ezekiel, is he using Ezekiel to talk to the people?
He's telling him about what he's going to do to the people, and what he should tell the people.
Okay, then what people is he talking to?
Israel.
Okay, then that's who he's talking to.
Why are you being so difficult?
I'm trying to get you an understanding.
Listen, you're not listening. Yeah, okay.
I'm asking you who's talking. You said it was the creator. I said, who is he talking to? He's talking to the people through Ezekiel.
Talking to.
Who he tell to go tell?
He's telling Ezekiel what to say or tell the
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all I said.
But no, you say, but
you said you want me to say it the way you say it.
No. I want to make sure that we're on the same boat.
Like he's not talking to Ezekiel. He's talking to Israel.
Yeah, but he's talking to Israel through Ezekiel.
He's talking to Ezekiel.
But he's talking to, but who is he talking to though? Who is he telling him to tell?
But he's talking to. You said, who is he talking to? That's the difference.
If he's talking to Ezekiel, Ezekiel's going to be talking to the people. Talking to the people.
Talking to Ezekiel.
Of course, he's talking to Ezekiel. Ezekiel is the prophet.
Is that not what you asked me? Who is he talking to?
Yeah, but who is he talking to? But let me frame. Who is he talking through? Let me put it like that. Is that better?
He was talking to Ezekiel.
But who is Ezekiel supposed to send this message to?
Israel.
Okay, then that's bottom line. I mean, if we're gonna be straight with it, we got to understand what's going on. So if he's talking to Ezekiel, Ezekiel got to carry the message, right?
That's all I said. That's all I'm saying.
But you didn't say it. You say he talking, even though you put like this.
I said you asked me. No, the question you.
Okay. He was talking to Ezekiel. He was talking to Ezekiel, but he's actually.
I just answered your question.
Right, but he's talking to Ezekiel to be understood. He's talking to Ezekiel to tell Israel, though, right?
And that's all that. You just asked me a question.
I did. Okay, good.
People that answer your question.
Hey, I'm glad you answered my question.
Then you would ask that.
But it's understood.
We're not doing what we understood. We're doing what you asked.
Okay, but what is the understanding of this conversation?
For him to report it to the children of Israel.
Thank you. That's my main thing.
That he was telling them what he was going to do.
Thank you.
To them.
Thank you. My point is that I like stuff to be clear though. So we do know that it was the creator talking. He was talking to Ezekiel to carry a message to Israel. Let's put it like that. That's correct?
That's correct.
Okay, now let's keep it moving. Go ahead and read. You can start at, I guess, the middle of 22 again, or 23, either or. I want you to see this for yourself.
But I had 20. Where did I? Okay. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, saith the Lord God, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes.
He's talking to Israel through Ezekiel. Am I correct? Because Ezekiel don't have to go through that, because Ezekiel is the prophet.
Talking to Ezekiel, and he's telling Ezekiel what he's going to do and how he's going to use him. That's what he's
Not just,
what's happening.
He was telling Ezekiel to tell the people what he's going to do. You know how I know? Because this happened to me. That's how I know.
And when I shall be sanctified
in you
before their eyes.
Right, in Israel before their eyes, because it happened to me.
For I will take you from
don't go past. Let's stay where we at.
I'm going on to 24.
But hold on. I want to make sure we understand, because we can just go past it. I want to make sure it's understood what's being said before we move on. Do you understand that this is going to happen to Israel? Huh?
Yes.
Okay, because it happened to me. That's how I know. This is my testimony. This is when I went through my spiritual awakening. This happened to me spiritually and physically.
Okay, it happened to a lot of people.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
At this point in time, he's talking to Ezekiel and telling him what he's going to do through him to point out Israel and how they're sinful, whatever how wicked they have been and been disobedient.
But that's the whole point of Isaiah 53, the first verse. Who has believed our report?
Okay.
That's the whole point of Isaiah 53, verse 1.
Okay, is this it? We're finished reading with.
No, keep on. I want you to see who he talking to and what he's going to do right here. 24. You can go to 24 now.
I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land.
Now, who is he talking? Now. Who is he talking?
He actually did that with Ezekiel.
Uh-huh.
He did that.
He said that again?
He actually, if we read the whole thing, he actually did that. Ezekiel was in captivity and he brought him back to his own country.
So are you saying that he didn't do this to nobody else?
No, he did that literally to Ezekiel and also the children of Israel.
Well, thank you. You proved my point. Ezekiel, you're right. But you got to understand, you just said also, it's not one person. It's children of Israel. Ezekiel is a child of Israel. The children of Israel is a nation. It's not just one person.
Did that to him personally too.
And right, he did it to me personally. So we're not talking about just Ezekiel. This is talking about Ezekiel and the children of Israel.
Okay.
So you can't just pick one person. This is talking about the children of Israel.
Talking to Ezekiel, and he's telling him what he's going to do.
Of course he's telling him what to do, because Ezekiel is the prophet. He ain't going to tell anybody. Everybody ain't a prophet.
That's true. He's
saying...
Okay. But he's just telling him what he's going to do. That's all. Okay.
Yeah, but the whole understanding is this. We got a world right now thinking that Jesus is the only one supposed to come back and die for the sins and did all this other stuff. That's a lie. No different than what you see right here with Ezekiel and with the children of Israel. The same thing with the prophet that came in the New Testament. It wasn't for just him. It's for he came to do a purpose. Ezekiel was here to do a purpose because he's the one that the Creator is talking through. So if he's using Ezekiel to be the mouthpiece for him, he's telling Ezekiel to tell him what he's going to do to them. That's why it's written in the book. So you can go back and read it and understand what's going to happen to the people. But people want to take it and be like, oh, that's just for Ezekiel, and that's the problem with today, that people don't believe our report. Who has believed our report, and who is the arm, which is the prophecies of Yah being revealed?
I didn't believe that, but he's talking to Ezekiel and he's telling Ezekiel what's going to happen to him and the people and Israel.
Well, actually, he's telling Ezekiel what's going to happen to Israel.
That, well, yeah, him too.
For I would take, so you looking for I would take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries. So he in all countries. Israel is in all countries. And will bring you, talking about Israel. Israel is you.
Right.
Into your own land. Then I will spring clean water upon you, which is Israel, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Who is I? The creator. Who is you? Israel. Whether it's the prophet and everybody else, because all of them the same thing. Ezekiel is the prophet and he's still Israel. Isaiah is the prophet and he's still Israel. Jeremiah was the prophet and he's still Israel. It's all Israel. It's not one singular person. It's just that one person he's using to be his mouthpiece to talk to everybody else.
Okay.
Then it says, a new heart also will I give you, who? Israel, those who choose to change.
Right, those who choose, right.
Right, not one person, those who choose to change.
Right.
And a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh, and I will put my spirit within you. You is Israel. Some people would look like the way you just said it, and if I hadn't kept going, they would probably pick up like, oh, okay, they're talking about Ezekiel. I like to make sure everybody know who is actually talking about. This is talking about Israel as the nation.
Good. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
I have to make it known because there's a lot of people listening, or when they come to listen, they're going to have to know what's going on. That's the reason why I have to make it plain. So if you saying just Ezekiel, this is to do, Ezekiel is a spot in the bucket of all Israel.
Of Israel.
Huh?
He represents Israel.
Yeah, he do.
That's what I'm just using another term.
Okay, but it's got to be known where people understand what's being said.
Yeah. I'm talking right now. We're talking. You're trying to make me understand, and I'm showing you that too. Is that the way you mean it as well? When you say Israel, Ezekiel is Israel.
That's what I've been saying the whole time. That's why everybody looking for a man to come back when you say Jesus or Yahshua, whoever is his son. All Israel is his son. He anointed them in the wilderness. And before he even did that, when Moses went back, he told Moses to go tell Pharaoh that Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Israel, before he even anointed them in the wilderness. And you'll find that in Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. So the whole thing is knowing this book. When you know the book, you have to get an understanding. That's the whole thing. Understanding will keep thee. So
what you're saying, this is what I'm hearing you say, and I've heard you say it several times before, and I didn't really want to get into this. You were saying that the the Romans made up the story about Mary having a baby and calling his name Jesus, and there's no such person as Jesus being the Son of God. Is that what I hear you saying?
Jesus never existed. That's a name they made up.
Okay.
There was a prophet that did come named Yahshua. Got that though, right?
Okay, a prophet. So you saying that that the the Father the Father in heaven does not have a son.
The son is Israel as a nation.
He does not have a son, a literal son.
Israel is his son.
I'm saying what you said. I'm asking you a question.
I'm telling you what it, I'm answering it.
I'm not asking for more. I'm asking for yes or no.
I just gave it to you. I can't say no because I'm telling you Israel is his son.
Yes, you can. Because if you said Jesus is a made up person, you would have to say no.
Well, you ain't asked me about Jesus. You asked me, did he have a son?
I asked you, you said, okay. You said Jesus is a made up person, right?
Jesus is, yes.
Yeah. So that means that um the the the, the virgin birth that they say you is made up.
Yes.
That yeah, I said he did not have a literal son. That's what I'm saying. A literal son that he pulled from his bosom, that only begotten son.
The only begotten son he got is Israel. Israel is his son, even his firstborn.
Okay, so what does the word begotten mean?
That's a word they put there to make you believe what they want you to believe.
What was the original word? If they put
it don't make a difference. It's in the New Testament. That's what the Council of Nicaea gave you. They the one who created the New Testament. That means that they created the lie.
About all the history, the books that we have that
where will you find these books from? Where do they start from? What time frame do they start from?
Beginning.
What beginning?
Genesis.
It don't say nothing about no Jesus.
It don't say Jesus.
Thank you.
But it talks about but you don't believe it or see it like that.
No, tell me what you're saying. Tell me what you're saying so I can give you an answer to it. Huh?
And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of
exactly. That same Spirit is here today. You just read about it. You just read it. And I will put my Spirit upon you. You just read it.
Yeah.
It didn't say Jesus. It said Spirit. See, you see how people add things? No, he said, don't add to my word and don't take away.
I don't see that.
I know you don't.
No, I don't.
You just read in Ezekiel chapter 36. It says, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put in you. That spirit was the spirit from the beginning. The Spirit of God. It didn't say God.
The Spirit of God.
Right. The Spirit of God. That's the creative spirit that moved upon. That's the marriage of the Lamb. The marriage is the Spirit itself connecting us with the Creator.
So I can't.
Hold your thought. We're going to come back to part 2.
No, I got to go. I can't stay up tonight.
Okay, well, tell me, well, then come on then. Let's finish it up then. So if you got to go.
I'm finished.
You finished? Oh, but I want to make sure that you have an understanding that Israel is the...
Because what you're teaching and what you're saying, I don't see it, and I'm not going to see it tonight. Until you can show me what you're saying about the New Testament. When you can show me that, then I could believe you.
I understand. And you know what? And I got you on that. That's understandable. Because I don't want you to believe nothing. I'm telling you, I want you to do your own research.
Right. Okay, so, I mean, how do I research it?
I'm going to send you, number one is, let me share something with you. There, look up, I'm giving you, you can do your own research, or I can share you what I have, and you can research from there as well. It's up to you.
Tell me what you have, what you got.
Council of Nicaea. I did a deep study on that.
I've studied some things on the Council of Nicaea. So what is there?
The point, okay, let me share with you this then. Let me share this with you what I have and I had. I don't have it with me now because it got in my travels, it got lost and got messed up. But what I had was the bishops got together because they was fighting with the Arians. Arians were saying that he was just a prophet, doing the Creator's will. The bishops was trying to make him more than life.
Wait, you can stop right there, please. I want you to give me the information.
I'm going to send it to you.
Give me the book or whatever.
I'm going to send it to you. I got links. I'm going to send it to you. You can look them up for yourself.
That's what I want to do.
Right. And when you start to read it, but wait, hold on. I want you to understand this. When you start to read, and I'm just going to throw this in your ear so you can see. When you start reading, you're going to understand what's being said. When you see when in 325 AD, when Constantine felt that he came together to set the church up because there was controversies going on in the church, in the Roman Empire, that had nothing to do with the Creator. The Creator said, Israel, only you have I known. So the Roman Empire is...
The Christians.
Huh?
He was persecuting the Christians, those that were still holding on to...
They gave them the name Christians. They weren't even Christians at the time. They gave them the name Christian.
Right. Right.
The name Christian didn't come to Antioch. That's when they gave them the name. Huh?
The Nazarenes. Okay, go ahead. I said the word Christians because that's what they call them in Antioch.
Exactly. That's what they called. Listen to what you said. That's what they called them.
Right.
So what they did was they adopted the word and started using it for themselves.
Created a Christianity.
There you go.
People. Yeah, I understand that. So
okay, so before that was called Christians, what was they called?
Nazarenes.
Nazarene. What was they called before then?
Hebrews. Israelites.
Exactly. So then we got to go, you're looking at a timeline when they start changing names. So when the names start being changed, this when things start being changed. The Israel is still, we saying Israel today, right? We still.
Modern Israel, right.
Huh?
Modern Israel.
It's still Israel. We can call it modern Israel. We're still the children of Israel according to the prophecy that was said that they're going to lose their identity. They're going to start and they're going to come back and they're going to regain their consciousness, might as well say, which is still here. Israel is Israel. So the key is what ended up happening. We lost our identity, but at that time, we knew who we were.
We compromised. That's why.
And you know,
they compromised.
Right. But the point I'm getting at is this. It all changed around the time of what? The third and fourth generation, or the third and fourth world empires. The third and fourth world empire is the Greek and the Roman Empire. Huh?
Generations are different than empires. Their kingdoms lasted for more than a generation.
But you got to understand what type of generation, sister. It was 4 generations, 4 world empires. There was a different type of generations. It was a generation of Babylon, a generation of Medes and the Persian, a generation of the Greeks, and then a generation of the Roman Empire. These are different generations of world powers. Different generations of world powers.
True. But in the commandments, it's talking about third and fourth generation.
Oh, how do you know? Tell me of those that hate him. How do you know? How do you know what's the third and fourth generation that hate him? Tell me how you know.
Because they don't keep his commandments. And if you don't keep his commandments, I mean, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments.
But he said third and fourth generation.
Right.
So who was after the third and fourth? It was only 4 world powers, 4 world generations. So then tell me about the ones after that.
Wait a minute. Let's go back to where we was. I don't want to go into another conversation.
You the one who moved there. I try to stay straight.
I know. Let's go back. What else? You was talking about the you're gonna send me a link.
I'm gonna send you some links that you can do your own research.
All right.
When you look up Christ in the etymology dictionary, Christ and Messiah only means anoint, anointed, or anointing. That's all Christ means. And that story about that Immaculate Conception, they got that out of Egypt. They got that out of Egypt. The story of Haru, Horus, and Isis. That's where they got that story from. The Romans pillaged, and when they said in Daniel chapter 2, when it said iron have consumed and it consumed everything. The Roman Empire has consumed all these other things that all these other world powers have done. It has consumed Greek. It has consumed the Medes and the Persian. It has consumed the Babylonian Empire. It consumed the time of Nimrod. All these things is a part of the Roman Empire. It consumed Egypt.
That's true. That's true. I know that.
Right. It consumed Egypt. That's where they got the Haru, Isis, and Horus story from, which is the Immaculate Conception. And then then this when they gave you the God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost. They made that up.
How come they couldn't get that from the story? Because how come they couldn't have gotten it from that story and generated their own story?
That's the whole point. What story they got it from? Tell me what story they got it from. And generate their own story. Where they get it from?
Isaiah.
Where in Isaiah they get it from?
Where it tells about God should call his name Mighty Counselor, blah, 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 and he did.
That's the Spirit, sister. That's Isaiah 9, verse 5 through 7.
Everything is the Spirit.
Exactly. But that ain't what that ain't.
As far there's nothing literal. Everything is spirit.
Oh, I said that, but I get you got that now. Last time you tried to tell me everything was physical first.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you saying. Everything is spiritual.
Everything is spiritual first. Everything is spiritual first, and then
wait. Okay, when the Father created Adam, did he create him from the dust of the ground, or did he not?
Yes, he did.
And when he created him from the dust of the ground, what was he then? When he was there?
He was a form.
Right. And then what did he do?
He blew the breath of life in him.
And then he became spirit.
So what was it? What was it? Hold on. What was there before he even got spirit? Huh?
It was a body and no spirit.
You're talking about after he got the spirit. The spirit was already here. The spirit is the creator, sister. The creator is in you. The spirit of the creator was here before the body was even made. But then he blew his breath in him to make him alive. The spirit was here before he was even alive. When you see a dead body, let me ask you a question. If a person died and lay down, is the spirit still here?
Spirit is still there, but the spirit is still there.
I thought so. You just proved my point. The spirit is still here. He just dead.
Right.
The spirit is here before he became alive.
That's true.
So you trying to say just because the body was there, then he blew the breath of life in there, then the body was there first. No, the spirit was here before that body even came to life. Everything is spiritual first.
Everything is
spiritual first.
Everything is not spiritual first.
Tell me what's not. Tell me what's not.
Let me think about that one.
Oh yeah, you have to think about it because you can't get nothing without thinking about it first. Everything you get, you think about it. Before Adam was made, the Father thought about him. Huh?
From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Exactly. And what's the mouth? And what's the abundance of the heart? Which is spirit. The mouth speaks spirit before it even come to pass. When you make a blueprint of something, you have to think about it first, and then you have to bring it to life. Everything is spiritual first. And when you give me the facts of something that was here before spirit, I'll believe you. But until then, everything is spiritual first.
Thinking about in that terms, the spirit was here first.
Isn't the Father's spirit?
It was here all the time.
That's what I've been trying to say.
But that's not what everything was not the things that he made.
If he made it, where did he make it from?
But I wasn't thinking in that.
Well, I'm trying to get you to think logically because you have to think of something before it comes to pass.
Right, we do.
You have to imagine it first before. Imagine means the image. You have to have the image in your mind, which you have to imagine it first before you even bring it to pass. I have to imagine whatever this is going to be that's going to hold my glasses. I have to imagine the glasses, then I have to imagine this. Everything we see is from your imagination. Everything. So everything is spiritual first. It might be a little something on your mind. I don't know how you've been taught, but I'm just letting you know everything is spiritual first. The story that's in the New Testament came from the minds of the Council of Nicaea to put it together the way they did. And when they put it together, they was going against the word of Yah, because when you read the word of Yah, you see what the Creator said compared to what they did. Then you'll start to understand who have been deceived, how you've been deceived, and why you've been deceived. The Creator, the one who did it, he told you that it was going to happen. I got you on Facebook. I'm going to read you in a few minutes, whoever you may be. I'm going to look at you in a few moments. But that's just to let you know, everything is spiritual first. The Creator seen everything from day one. Genesis 1:1, he's seen everything from beginning to end. He didn't start, and then he didn't start creating to day 2. But he's seen everything from beginning to end, and then his spirit, as he's seen everything in the spiritual mindset, he's seen the earth was void and darkness was upon the face of the deep, which is the wickedness of man. And then he said, the Spirit of God moved upon the waters, which is moved upon the people in his mind because he's seen it. And then he said, let there be light, because the waters is the people and light was the law. The law is spiritual. How you must worship him? Worship him in spirit and in truth. That's how you worship the Creator. So the Spirit of God, not God, and it wasn't no Jesus, the Spirit of God moved upon the waters, which is the people, in the imagination of his mind the first day. And then he said, let there be light. This is where the law comes in. This is where now we're starting to see the light. We're starting to see the law. We're starting to understand the law. The Father seen all this in the beginning. So now we're starting to study and understand the law. As we start to study, understand, now we're growing into consciousness. Now this is what we just read in Ezekiel 36. Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and you, well, let me hit 24. For I will take you from among the heathen, the darkness, the wickedness that we talking about right now, from among the heathen, and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. Then, and when he say own land, it's not talking about no Jerusalem, it's talking about where you were born at. And I'm telling you because of what I know, because of the information that I know. So where your own land is where you were born, because you have an inheritance there.
That's true.
Yeah. Then it said, then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness. That means that now you're going to start to understand the idols you used to worship. Same with this Jesus, Yahshua, Emmanuel, and whoever else. Why? Because the iniquity of the Roman and the Greeks that changed everything in the earth. Upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. And new heart will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. That's the spirit that moved upon the waters in the beginning. I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you and cause, that's your key. So it ain't no Jesus gonna do it. The Father gonna do it. I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. See, when you put the spirit in you, you're gonna start to learn the law. Now you're gonna start to keep the law. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. The land that he gave to our fathers is the earth. The whole earth is his, and the fullness thereof. And that's why everywhere you were born, no matter where you're born at, you have an inheritance there. Israel. And the other nation have to go back to their own land. But we have an inheritance no matter where we were born. A lot of us don't know that because we haven't done the study, the research, or haven't came to class to understand the information. So I like to give clear understanding when I'm sharing information when it comes to the word. So this New Testament information, I'm not saying all of it is false, because I just gave you 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, starting at the 7th verse. That's true. It's truth in there. I'm not saying the whole Old Testament is false, but you got to understand
that's the impression I'm getting from you, that the whole New Testament is all.
But I never said that.
Okay, now you're clearing it up.
I went to 2 Thessalonians to show you. I was going into Revelations to show you. I showed that to you last week. I'm not one of them people that go by a doctrine of somebody. See, I know who started. Well, a lot of people go their own way. My whole thing is this. I go by the word of Yah. I go by what I see according to his word and what's true in the New Testament. Now, this Jesus was made up. And how you know? Now, give me. I think I'll share this with you. Go get you a 1611 Bible. And look for where the word Jesus is at and see what name you come up with. If Jesus is supposed to be real. If it's real, it's supposed to be real all the way through. You shouldn't have to change it. So if Jesus is supposed to be real, get you a 1611, an authorized King James Version, and look for the word Jesus in that Bible. And tell me what you come up with. Now, you want proof? That's just one.
Okay, so what if it, that's not saying a whole lot to me, the name.
Why not?
Because when you go to the 1611 book Bible, you may not find the same name, even in the prophets. They called them, their names were different in the language, in the Hebrew language.
Mm-hmm. Are they got the name in English in the Bible or not? Because we ain't talking about English and Hebrew. We talking about in the Bible, the 1611 Bible is still speaking English. It's still writing in English. If it's writing in English, that word's still supposed to be the same. And the reason why it's not the same is because they changed the I to a J when they put the J in the English alphabet. So if it wasn't a J in the first place, it ain't supposed to be changed to period. If the name was Michael or Mikael, it's supposed to stay Michael or Mikael. If the name was Ishmael, it's supposed to stay Ishmael. If it's Jesus, it's supposed to stay Jesus. How are they going to go from Ilzeus or Iozeus, or however they called it, to Jesus? That's flat out in your face right there. Ain't got nothing to do with Hebrew, because Jesus ain't even a Hebrew name. Now, Yahshua, who is the prophet that did come, from my understanding, the prophet name was Yahshua. You have a Yahshua that took the children of Israel from when Yahshua picked up from Moses and brought them into the land. They could have used that same name if they wanted to.
That's the understanding I have, that it's the same name.
Well, then why did they change it?
Don't ask me why they did it. They did a lot of things. They added words and they.
What did the Creator say? Don't add to my law, or do not, and don't take away.
Everybody is not obedient. Everybody didn't follow, obey.
Well, then that's why you supposed to study.
That's right.
So this is what I'm sharing with you.
Right.
I'm trying to give you understanding to what they did. They changed it. They changed a lot of stuff.
I realize that.
So if you realize that, that means somebody's at fault. There's a lie somewhere that people are not seeing. But the world is engulfed in the lie because that's what they were told by the third and fourth generation. And their minions, they're prophets of that wicked, the wicked prophets that they taught to teach everybody, is teaching everybody the same thing. That's why the whole world has been deceived.
That's one of the things, right? The whole world is being deceived. And also, there's different scenarios. It's not just one thing that people are being deceived.
Of course. But we just got to understand what's the main thing, because that's the main thing that the first commandment, which everybody there say it, and they say it, see it, and they don't even pay no attention. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. When they get to praying and praying to the Father, God this, God that, pray this and that, can you do this, can you do that? And then they end it in Jesus' name. They didn't just put that God, he made him a God in front of the Father. In Yahshua's name, in Emmanuel's name, in the name of Prophet Muhammad. They didn't just they just made that whoever that person they called, they just put that in front of the Father, breaking the first commandment. Then to go on to let you be sure, he said, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images, one, graven, or, which is in conjunction, or any likeness of anything. That's no thing. Or any likeness of anything in heaven above, earth beneath, or waters under the earth. That means nothing. You worship him in spirit and you worship him in his truth. And his word is truth. That's how you worship him. But people is worshiping a man and making a man God. That's where the blasphemy come on, Revelation 13. The blasphemy, in Daniel chapter 7. They blaspheme the Creator. Why? Because they done took his word and used it in the New Testament and gave it to a man. It went so much to take it from Isaiah 45 and 23, I think it is. 22 and 23, when they said that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that in the name of who? It says Jesus. But over here, it's talking about the Creator.
Yahusha.
See, Yahusha, Jesus, however you want to call that prophet, that's where they stole it from, Isaiah 45. And matter of fact, let me read it just real quick. Let me read that real quick to show you what it said, where they stole it from. Isaiah 45, 22 and 23. Here we go right here. 22 and 23. It says, look unto me and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth. For I am God, I am Yah, and there is none else. No Jesus, no Emmanuel, no Prophet Muhammad, no nothing. There is none else. 23. I have sworn by myself. This is the Creator talking. I have sworn by myself. The word is going out of my mouth in righteousness and shall not return. That unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear, which is confess. That's the Creator. They stole it from there and put it in the New Testament and said that you should bow to Jesus.
So the story, I guess you're saying the Council of Nicaea made up the whole book of Matthew. Is that it? And where John the Baptist said, I'm not fit to baptize the Son of God, and the Spirit came down and said, this is my Son in whom I am well pleased. So there is no Son of God, is what you're saying. They made that story up.
What I'm sharing with you is this. The Son of the Father is Israel.
What I just,
I know what you're saying. You talking about an individual son.
That's where the Spirit came down and said, this is my beloved Son when he was being baptized.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you. Did it say?
I'm asking you if there is a literal Son, that the Father and the Son. This is my Son in whom I am well pleased. Who was he talking to? Or who? And the Spirit came down like a dove and landed on his head.
Well, I'm asking, but I'm put it like this. You got, check this out. Hear me out. This right here, let's just say this the quote unquote Old Testament. This right, I wish I had two glasses. This right here is the New Testament, right? This right here has the word of God in it. It shows you, thus says Yah, all the things that he said, what you should do, what thus says the Lord, and everything that they said here, that the Creator said, that the Creator spoke through the prophet and said. Here is another whole cup. It's not the same cup. It's not the same thing. These are two separate books. That's why you got old and a new. And the new is from the Romans. This is tainted. This is tainted because they changed things and they stole things. They put things here for you to believe that's not there. Now, in order to check that part out, hold on. What you said at that point. Right here, just the end of 3. The baptism of quote unquote Jesus, 13 through 17. Let's read that real quick. Then cometh Jesus from Galilee to Jordan unto John to be baptized of him. But John forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee, and comest thou to me? And Jesus answered and said unto him, suffer it to be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Now, I still want to understand what righteousness it was, because I never seen where the Creator had anybody baptizing anybody in his law. I ain't seen that. And then when you come to understand the information we come to understand, you know it's idolatry. Baptism itself. From what we've come to understand and the information we've come to understand today. Things that people don't know about. See, this is what I'm trying to share with you. Stuff that we know, no different than the land that we talking about. People think you're going back to the land. No, where you were born at. Plus the information we know when it comes to baptism. What we come to know. That's Roman stuff. But let's still read. Then he suffered him. And Jesus went, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and lighted upon him. And lo, a voice, you see that? Lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. A voice. What voice is it? How we know what voice it is? And we hear say, thus says Yah, thus says the Lord, this is my beloved Son. And then say that. And it plainly say over here in Deuteronomy chapter 18, Deuteronomy 8, it plainly say, let me get it for you, right here. Verse 8, chapter 8, Deuteronomy 18:18 says, and I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name. He didn't say, thus said the Lord. He just heard a voice. That's how they get everybody. They assume what that voice is supposed to be. You just heard a voice. Huh?
It said from heaven.
It said he's seen, it's still, put it like this. They gave you a story for you to read, for you to believe, because they gave you a voice and said that. It's still in the New Testament. It's still a part of the Roman Empire. It still was written by who? The Council of Nicaea. Now, when you do your research on the Council of Nicaea, you start to understand who written what. Because you're still in there, you got to go back and start reading the Creator's word. Right now, you're stuck.
The scriptures, no. The scriptures, I just don't have them right here. There's a prophecy that say a son will be born, will be come into the world. So what was this? I mean, I'm just picking things.
I know exactly what you read.
What you pick, you say it's okay in the New Testament. But if I pick something, then they the one put it in there.
Well, my sister, let me ask you a question. Once you find out where that story is at, because I know where you got it from. You got it out of Isaiah 53. That's where they got it. Oh, no, no. What you talking about? You talking about that part is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It said, unto us. Check it. It said, unto us a son is given, unto us. Let me read it. That's Isaiah 9. That's the spirit upon man. That's what that is. That's the spirit upon unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. And the here you go right here. Isaiah 9. Right here. Yeah. That's unto us. That's unto those who the Father has chosen and who he has anointed. That part right here, let me share with you, because I'm going to tell you what I know, because I went through it. I'm telling you what I went through. This is according to those who he has chosen, and these are the things that happen to those people who's doing no different than what I'm doing. And I'm not saying, you don't see me get on here, I'm the Christ. I don't do that. I'm anointed. I am anointed. I have been anointed. But I know his word because he anointed me to know his word, to give it, to understand it. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. When you're going through your spiritual awakening, you're going to go through that. If y'all ain't been through it, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But when you're going through your spiritual awakening, you're going to go through what I'm telling you right now. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood spiritually. You're going to be going spiritually doing this. Garments rolled, not in real blood. You're going to be going through some things. Because I was doing it when I was in Germany. I was going through some spiritual things. 5 days. I fast 5 days. Didn't eat, nothing. Went down my throat. All I did is read from sun up to sundown, and I was going through some spiritual experiences. I'm telling you what I know, not what I believe. And it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Now that right there is when it talks about in Jeremiah chapter 30, 1 through 12. I think your key verse is 4 through 7. When it says a man shall go through travel like a woman with child, I went through that. Burning with fire, I went through that. Burned through my solar flex, through my whole body. I went down screaming. And not just me, many other people it happened to that I know. It happened to my wife. So I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I believe. I'm not talking about just reading from a book. I'm telling you what I went through. When you should be sanctified I should be sanctified in you before their eyes. That happened to me. I'm telling you what I know. So if I'm here sharing information with you, I'm telling you what I know. I told you I don't talk what I believe. I'm telling you what I know. So 6, for unto us, people like myself, unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. That's the spirit. That's the spirit that's given unto us that goes through these situations. It's the spirit of the creator that comes upon us, and we're going to go through a situation, and now we're going to start learning the creator's word, and he's going to put that new heart, that new spirit within us. That's what this is talking about. Then it says, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And we're going to upon our shoulder, which is his government. His word is his government. The whole world, we just read it in Daniel, I think a few days ago. I did it in the 400-year conspiracy is complete. That, I'll give it to you in a few moments. I'm going to show you. And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Those people that carry the Spirit, they're going to be calling him those type of names. People that carry, man, that's the man of God. That's this and that. They don't talk about him because they're going to see the Father upon those type of people. That's what it's talking about. See, a lot of people look at this literal when this is spiritually speaking. And then it goes to verse 7. Of the increase of his government. Whose government? The Creator's government. His government is his word upon this earth. Everybody keeping and doing the law. Turning back to the law. That's the government, and it's upon our shoulders. Everybody looking for a man to come back. That if a man came back, y'all wouldn't believe who it is, no way. I'm saying y'all mean a man gonna come and y'all be, man, that ain't him. That ain't him, man. This ain't, he supposed to do this and he's supposed to, they wouldn't believe it no way if a man came back, supposed to have came back. One particular man was supposed to be this Jesus that came back. The world ain't gonna believe who he is because they're gonna be saying, nah, that ain't him. They gonna always do that. And it's not a man, it's the spirit that's gonna be upon men. Like we just read in Ezekiel 36. Of the increase of his government and the peace, peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom. And the throne of David is this kingdom, which is the earth. Because the creator loved David and David kept his word. He only messed up one time when he murdered a man and took his wife because he got her pregnant. That's the only thing that the creator said that David did wrong. According to the creator's word, according to the book. Everything else, David was righteous. And David was the king that he set up, and his lineage, which is still here today. I may be a lineage of David. I don't know. I know I'm Israel. Shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it. And how you going to do it? Through his son. Whose son? The creator's son, which is Israel. Israel is going to wake up, and Israel is his son that's going to wake up the world in this day and time because we are awakening up spiritually. And order it to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal, which is the spirit of Yah of hosts, will perform this. That's the spirit of Yah. And he's going to perform it through his servants, through his prophets, through his people that he has awoken. And then when you get over here to Isaiah 11 and 9, it says, they shall not hurt nor destroy. This is going to be in that time. And the spirits that we talking about, sister, 11 and 2, it says, the spirit of the Yah shall rest upon him, talking about Israel, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of Yah. All these are different spirits. It's 7 spirits that's going to be upon the people. And I go to Revelation and break that down, tell you who the Lamb is. I break all that down and show you. That's why I can tell you what I know. I don't talk about what I believe. And I understand you where you at because you've been taught what you've been taught. I understand where your mind at. Majority of the world's mind is where it's at like that because that's what they've been taught. But when the creator said he's going to send you, he tell you, I'm going to send you pastors of my choosing, which is his choosing. He's going to send you pastors and people that's going to awaken the people. But people don't want to turn to him. That's the reason why, no different than Ezekiel chapter 2, I send you to a hard-headed, stiff-necked people. Whether they hear or whether they forbear, know that there has been a prophet among you who he has sent. And the people that the creator sent is the people who he chooses to send to do his will. A lot of people look at it like you said earlier. Oh, that's Ezekiel that he's talking to. That's Ezekiel that he's talking about. But Ezekiel is a prophet that's giving you prophecy of what's going on for those who's going to be in his place. When I'm reading Ezekiel, I'm in Ezekiel place, understanding Ezekiel, sharing the information as Ezekiel wrote it from the Father. No different when we read the law from what the creator gave to Moses to give to the people in the book. When you give it in the book, is whoever written it, you are in the stead of that person that's it, whoever is written. If Jeremiah written something and I'm giving it to you out of Jeremiah, it's like me being Jeremiah sharing to you what Jeremiah is saying. No different than me being Ezekiel. When the creator gave it to Ezekiel, Ezekiel put it in the book. I'm reading what Ezekiel said with understanding and giving to you what Ezekiel said. That's how you're supposed to understand the book. For those who the creator has anointed and gave the understanding to give, if you know it, it's up to you to accept it or reject it. Let's see over here. I hope you got a little bit out of that, sis, because I understand where you at. But it's a whole new day. We out of the 400 years, and it's time for people to wake up out of all this idolatry they been in. All these different religions, demon nations. I call demon nations what they call denominations. All these different religions and cults and stuff like that. The Creator only gave His law, and we must worship Him in spirit and truth. And His law is truth. And the spirit of the law is supposed to be within you. That's why when it says, and the word became flesh, that word is supposed to come flesh in everybody that's reading and studying and supposed to be understanding the law. Not just one man, but this is what the world has been taught. Let me go over here real quick and check us out. We 2 hours in. Okay, we got over here in Instagram, we got Bernard. Thank you for joining. Robert, my brother Robert. Craig, he's here. I think he's still here. We got Brown's Kitchen. What's up, Miss Brown? I ain't seen her in a minute. And she left Detroit and went back to Atlanta. Okay, and I thought I was slow. Boy, you something. He said, okay, and I thought I was slow. Say, the spirit is the air and everything else because Yah exists. Exactly. Yah is spirit. That's why everything Yah exists, because He's the spirit. Everything's spiritual first, because Yah is spirit. When He created man, He was the spirit that did it. Now let's go over here to live over here. Okay, but my cousin Geraldine was here for a minute over here on Facebook. We got Russell Clayton Bay Jr. was watching. 325 AD is when they took us out of the book. Constantine was the one who started this Christianity religion, what we follow today. God is not a Trinity. That's true. He's not a Trinity. Jesus' real name is Yeshua. That was the name of the one they called, that was the name of the prophet. Teach the word, brother. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Glad I can do something. I'm just trying to share information so we can get a better understanding. We got to get an understanding of what we're reading and understanding about the thing compared to what we were taught. We were taught by the heathen. We were taught by the Roman Empire, and we got to understand. And I'm going to send you those links, sis. I'm going to send you those links. I've been doing it for a long. I don't know how many other people have been picking it up. I've been sending my other stuff, but I'm going to send you those links. Matter of fact, I had them in a row that I had in a. I had one post I did called manipulation and subliminal messages and manipulations in the Bible. That's what I called it. Manipulations and spiritual subliminal messages and manipulations in the Bible. And I had since I hope you got that the Jesuits that I shared with you. I hope you got that. Did you look at that? You probably say I already knew about that. Brenda, you going to sleep? She ain't paying me no attention no more. I guess she fell asleep. You still look like you're still there, but look like she fell asleep. So other than that, we're going to get ready to call it a night. Just wanted to share with y'all that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwell, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. I got some stuff for her to read. I'm gonna see if she's gonna research them though. She seemed like a researcher though. She feisty, but she seemed like a researcher, but that's good. Because I understand she's where she at. A lot of people are where they are because this is what we've been taught. But you can't stand. We got to get to know the facts of the truth of what's going on. So I'm only sharing what I know. You know something different, let me know. But you're going to have to follow it up according to the word, which is the Creator's word. There we go. So, my sister, I'm going to pause you. I don't know if you're going to be on or not, but I'm going to pause you. And we're going to be right back with part 2 for you. Thank you.
Recording stopped.
All right. And for Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, If you'd like to get in contact with me, we will have Introduction to Solving Classes of Knowledge this Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. and at 9 p.m. 7:30 a.m. and at 9 p.m. All right. Um, if you'd like to get in contact with me or be on the Zoom, please text me your name and your email at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. And also, if you'd like to email me your name, number, and email, you can email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. All right. Um, that's Lkhyym@gmail.com. That's if you like to get in contact with or just be on the Zooms. And I will send you the information to the link, the Zoom links. And once I send you the information to the Zoom links, you can accept the invitation, and then that way I know who you are. You, if you don't have a Google Calendar, download Google Calendar, and then they should come up in your Google Calendar, and then you'll get notifications of tonight of the different nights that we do. Now, like I said, this Tuesday, we will be having Introduction to Solving Class of Knowledge this Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time as well. Then we'll be back on the Sabbath. We'll be back on the Sabbath, and on the Sabbath we have Assembly of the Righteous. It's Assembly of the Righteous on the Sabbath day at 12 p.m. noon, which is noonday. 12 p.m. noonday. Um, excuse me. We have Assembly of the Righteous. Then on matter of fact, I'm gonna come back with part two. On part two, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go through the Roman information on the Constantine, Council Nicaea, and then the Constantinople. I'm gonna go down on part two so I can share with you what I've come to know. And that's just some of it compared to other information that I've lost. So I'm gonna do that on part two. So that gave me something to come back on to share about the knowledge of what's going on. So again, on tonight, on which is Sunday night, we have introduction. We have Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation, like me and Sister Brenda just had, which is open conversation on Sundays here on Zoom and on the other platforms. Excuse me. I like to call night after Sunday at 9 p.m. All right, and that's in Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. Then we here on Monday nights. We here on Monday nights, every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, or night after Monday, I like to say 9 p.m. Eastern time, and that is called Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth every night after Monday, which is at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're right here on Zoom and on the other platforms. But we're here privately on Tuesdays, last Tuesdays of the month, Zoom only. That's a private class, private information on Zoom only, and that's Introduction to Solving Class of Knowledge. Excuse me. That's Introduction to Solving Class of Knowledge here at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. On the last Tuesdays of the month. Private, Zoom only. Nothing else but on Zoom. So, and again, if you'd like to connect with me, you can text me your name and your email at 770-572-5315. Again, that's 770-572-5315. And you can also email me your name, number, and email. Excuse me. You can also email me your name, number, and email at at lkhyym at gmail.com. That's lkhyym at gmail.com. Now for the regular platforms, we're here on YouTube at Juice Pro 33. That's YouTube at Juice Pro 33. Which is spelled Juice Pro33. Again, that's spelled JUICEPRO33. All right, and that's my YouTube, which you can like, subscribe, and share to on my YouTube, and that's also for my ex, formerly known as Twitter. You can also connect with me on Facebook. My Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is spelled MI apostrophe CHAEL space HARRIS. That's MI apostrophe CHAEL space HARRIS. MI apostrophe CHAEL space HARRIS. Now, for my Instagram and one of my TikToks, my Instagram and one of my TikToks is under Lkhyym underscore the juice, which is spelled LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE. All right. And my other YouTube and my other TikTok, my other TikTok is under Michael the Juice Harris. All one word all together. It's Michael the Juice Harris, which is spelled MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. One more time, that's MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. Excuse me for that yarn. That's Michael the Juice Harris, is all together one word. Same as my Juice Pro 33, all together as one word. Last but not least, I'd like to give y'all my Patreon.com and my Rumble.com. That's patreon.com/LKHYYM. That's patreon.com/LKHYYM. And rumble.com/LKHYYM. That's rumble.com/LKHYYM. All right, everybody. This is the end of part one, even though this was a little long. We 2 hours and 17 minutes in. But conversation got good, you know. My sister Brenda, she kind of feisty, but I like the fact that, she want to know and she asks questions, and, that's good because we supposed to know and stand on what you know. And I like that. So my sister Brenda, I hope you're still there. But other than that, we're getting ready to say bye to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And we'll be right back with part two. I'm trying to think. More information about Rome, or trying to think, what should we call this tonight? By the time we come back, we'll have it. Other than that, I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. We'll be right back, everyone, with part two. This is the end of part one. And appreciate, love you, and always. Peace. Be right back, YouTube.